Eric Hansen wants to move to 404 in an interesting spot to do so. The white side of an English attack Sicilian. You know I love that. Faux show. D5 though. This is a position that becomes super unique, super fast, right? You're literally laughing in the face of danger here, right? The king still sitting here makes you want to open things up as white, but the knight captures back, and okay, often these structures are just good for black. Yeah, I don't actually like that decision from Eric. Feels like something went wrong. As someone who plays these systems as white himself, I'm gonna try to figure out where it went wrong. So he played f3 early. Okay, that's usually okay. Bishop e7. Now bishop f4. That's a little odd. I'm not sure that bishop f4 is the right move ordered there. Yeah, this gets a little bit tricky here. As soon as d5 comes in, I'm already feeling black's position a little bit. Okay, anyway, interesting stuff. Still plenty of tactics ahead, but the reason we look at it that way is black has fully developed, and white has a lot more targets than black does in these positions. f3 is tender, c2 is tender, right? And white is looking for g6. In the current position, you don't really have it, but you could be considering ways to make that work tactically, right? How do you do that? G6, knight takes d6, queen takes. There's no follow-up, right? You can play f4, but whoa, right? You're really, really risking it with h1 falling. Eric has his work cut out for him. Top O ton. Not sure who that is. Wonder if it was a typo. I meant to say like just Top O gun, right? Little like shout out to the Top Gun sequel coming out. I don't know. Queen a5 is a little awkward. The problem for black there is you relieve pressure here. Now white is in range of capturing and playing g6. Before, you had to be careful because black will take here, and when the queen moves, queen c2 wins. Common tactic in these lines. So now you have to be a little more careful. Actually, g6 is a threat immediately because if the pawn takes, e6 falls, and if the knight takes, now the bishop is hanging. So black is going to try to convert before white can take advantage of any of that. Knight c3 is very forcing. You have all kinds of threats here, but this is going to be an exciting one. Dubov, Danil Dubov does get another dub, so he's now on 3.5 out of 4, overcoming his initial draw. Just keeping you guys posted. I know you're wondering. So I know we just abandoned the Hansen game, which is also wild, but wow, I don't know where to focus. Hey, by the way, knight takes e6 is crushing for Hansen. He found it. I love it. Okay, apparently it's not crushing. It's because bishop a3. I missed this. I don't think takes is good. That's exactly what you want. I think bishop a3 is the ticket. Wow, a couple of exciting games here. Like a kid in a candy store. Don't quite know where to focus. What? What's the idea? What's the idea? Some sort of win here. I don't see it. I don't know it. Knight takes g7. Queen takes g5 is interesting. Yeah, that looks good. In fact, you're threatening to just win the knight. And now knight takes g7. And if the queen moves, rook d8 is mate. Oh, look at that. Bishop a3 was no good. Queen to g5. What a turnaround. Okay, now you got to just take on g7, right? You could also take on d6. Just take d6. The queen can't move. Just take d6. There is no queen a3 because rook d8 is mate. He fell for it, and Hansen finds the mate. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Sheboygan. That's somewhere that could be confused with Canada, don't you know? Sheboygan, Wisconsin, don't you know? Bears, South Dakota, Sheboygan. That's what I'm talking about.